Hey guys, and welcome to part 3 of the Portal 2 co-op playthrough, and new gesture. We can remove each other's heads.
Maybe I shouldn't send you outside.
You shouldn't steal my head. I will batter you.
With a hammer?
No, with my head.
Well, if you had a hammer, you would probably yell out something like, "I will bring the hammer down. Bring it down. Bring it down."
No, it would have to be. It's hammer time.
Oh. There's our next area, folks. Now, this one area, I believe...
Steal your head.
My head's not a Malteser, alright? Thank you.
It's okay, you can kick me in the balls, I don't have any.
You would still feel pain, though.
Yeah, but not to the same degree you would.
So here's our next puzzle for this next test chamber, folks. Hard light surfaces. I'm surprised you didn't damage that sign, though. Must be really, really hard-proof glass.
Yeah, well, the courses are meant to survive, we're not. It would be us that would get dented.
Aye, because I think GLaDOS designed these specifically for non-humans.
This course was created and then abandoned by humans. They
Hence the
can't
point.
do that. Create something wonderful and then abandon it. Do you know why they abandoned this course? Too deadly.
No, surely not.
No shit, GLaDOS. Would you like to point out anything else?
Should we just go so that I can kill myself already?
Right, this is where you have to use these hard light surfaces. They're essentially your bridge, folks, or they can block you from turrets for protection. But it can be visually tricky.
Yep.
That was a pure accident, I swear.
Yeah, well, it was my own fault, wasn't it?
Well, because you didn't know how far you were. And basically how it works is one person gets the shoots spores where the bridge has been generated, and then the second player can connect their portals to continue to make that bridge even longer. That's going to be visually disorienting if you think about it, if portal devices like these actually existed in real life.
Hard light holograms.
Well, you know what I mean, that visual thing when you're going through one area and then all of a sudden you're in the opposite area you just looked at.
Yeah, but hard light bridges, hard light holograms.
If you never did that again.
That'd be fun.
Well, GLaDOS did say that they are not designed for the human, like they can set your hair on fire.
I'm sure she did lots of testing before she figured that out.
With what, 20,000 humans?
I defy you to tell me there's
Yay!
what you're doing.
Dancing the disco and are you?
Dance now.
Not even humans do that anymore.
Even humans have moved on.
Yeah.
I laugh at your
You know what
dancing.
makes me laugh? The thought of you cutting that out.
Yeah, you could seriously...
She gets so snippy.
Yep. Right, this one, there's going to be an anticipation grid on the top of that spring. Now, there's the button halfway through this hall, which is up there. But there's also a bridge up there, so you're going to need to use the hard light surfaces to make bridges when you're flying up. Or make platforms.
Okay.
Ow! Ooh!
You're like a little tin man.
Well, a little brain concussion there. Oh, imagine that if the robots actually had robotic brains, the more times they get hit, they'd start to lose more and more of their memory and intelligence on how things works. All of it.
Computers do the opposite. I mean, you hit them and they work again.
Aye, which doesn't make any sense. Right, the button's here. I press the button. This will give Lauren a sphere. And away she goes to get it. Provided she
That's why you need to look at your feet when you're walking.
Yeah. There we are. So that's the way you have to use the bridge to your advantage, folks, because again, when you fly high, you're going to hit that grid, which will just destroy the sphere. You gotta use the bridge to stop your partner, like so. Or in the case of Laura, just let me bounce up and down.
Oh yeah, he was expecting me to make another bridge. My bad.
Not really, you were laughing inside.
Of course it was.
Have you worked out the one good trait humans have yet? Let me give you a clue. It's the one thing you can't do.
Die.
Okay. Well, as we And we'll have that on a continuous thought as we transition to the next test.
These old tests would satisfy me. But try as you might to fail.
That's another thing you can do when you look at the numbers, folks. They also have these coloured screens at the bottom that tell you what type of puzzle it is. Like if it's momentum based, hard light surfaces, or 4 portals. Out the way, please. Thank you.
You just had to say please.
You know, I was just waiting for as we were crossing these bridges, actually, I was just waiting for you to nudge me to the left or right and cause me to fall into the acid. But I think...
You've got such a bad opinion of me. I can't imagine how that came about.
Well, you always do that to me.
I was very good there. I made sure we were both on that hard light before I put through the portal.
Aye, this is where you decide to play nice, quote unquote.
To lull you into a false sense of security. You
But
need to put your portal over there.
and then walk through. Or there we go. This is when you have to. I think you have to use the one continuous wall.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's not going to be enough room.
He's like, put it up there.
I think. There we go.
We're following the leader, the leader, the leader.
We're not. I've not heard
Except
that.
you're not, because I'm following you.
Well, there isn't a leader, so having fun with the camera there.
Oh yeah. Was it not one of them, like, you could hit them and they would fall off the wall?
I don't think so, actually. I think they're just there to visually indicate that you're both at the doors and just to annoy GLaDOS when you're taunting.
I'm feeling blue.
Boo. That colour sums up you perfectly, Lauren. You're cold-blooded.
Yes. So there's not even any point denying it.
Right, move. My colour door.
One of my best tests, and they let plants grow here.
How can plants grow here? They require at least oxygen.
We tried. They just sit there, never showing pain nor fear. That isn't science.
Yes, we're scientists. Well done.
Oh, facepalm.
Pain brings back such wonderful memories.
I would love it if there was like a footballer coach or something like that, and every time a footballer does something wrong or a boss even, they just give you that kind of remark saying, "Seeing you fail like that makes me so happy." Not.
Right, I'm gonna get this cube.
Oh no,
cube.
it's an edgeless safety cube, don't
Yes,
you know?
edgeless safety cube.
Good job catching it. You're gonna blame me for it?
I'm getting in position first. Okay, we're good. We're gonna get it.
I hope so. There
Ha,
we go.
See?
Now toss it over like a tennis ball. If only you could do that actually as another way of throwing it to your partner. Either throw it like a tennis ball or roll it like a bowling ball.
Have you done a lot of sports which involve throwing balls?
Well,
Or
I
is
did.
it going to be like one of those... Both.
Well,
Like, you know Big Bang Theory? When they do the sports.
no, I've
And
never
they're
seen.
absolutely dreadful.
I've never seen Big Bang Theory.
Why not?
I've just not had its interest in me. But if you're talking
Well.
about sports, I did used to play badminton and table tennis back in school because I was a lazy arsehole.
Okay, so if we give you a bat, you would be able to throw it.
Probably. This one, these sprains are going to constantly fly you across the entire room, folks. And not fall into the
don't
acid.
go in the gunk.
Yeah, not fall into the acid. Under the acid. Under the acid. But anyway, you have to use the hard light surfaces to not only create bridges, but also create a temporary wall so that your partner can...
Not fall in the acid.
God, it's now the curse is getting to me. So yeah, you have to use the highlights to stop your partner from halfway across the room so that they can land on the bridge in the middle. Like so. Now the problem is the portals are outlined, but if I change my location, Lauren would have fallen into the acid, but
But we're just going to have to be very careful, and I'm going to have to try and sneak through there,
There we go.
without falling.
And that's you through. And this is where we have to exchange portal locations, so to speak, so that I can get up there. Yes, these are really awful looking plants. Can you imagine Poison Ivy being here? She would be absolutely depressed in this life.
Yes, you would. But, on the other hand, no humans.
Aye, but then she would not have a lot of plants to enjoy herself with.
But she could make her own plants, because she's, like, carries the seeds with her everywhere, so
Probably.
she would turn this place into a new greenhouse.
Aye.
Excellent work. If you were human, you would want a reward for completing this test. A reward for testing. At least
What's wrong
the
with a
fellas
reward?
Didn't want a reward.
But we're not planned.
I created this test to let the humans feel good about themselves. It is extremely easy. Just follow the arrows.
I don't trust her.
No, it's a trap. Anyone who falls for that
I'm
is...
sorry. The arrows seem to have rusted off.
Yeah, there we go.
This is another... And you just landed on top of me. Logically, I would have collapsed, but... But we all know about video games. There is no such thing as logic.
No, it's like physics. What physics? We make our own physics.
We defy the laws of nature altogether all the time.
Where we're going, we don't need physics.
Yeah, we just need science. In the words of Cave Johnson. And from the single player campaign, folks. She's the backbone of this facility. Pretty as a postcard too. Sorry fellas, she's married. To science.
So the fellas are a lot quicker than the ladies. Didn't say anything
Past
about
me,
that.
you gotta stop trying to give your high five to a person who just keeps abandoning you.
You think he would have learned by now, but no, he just keeps going.
Well, it's because I'm a nice guy.
Yes, you are, but
But also an evil troll. Then again, so are you.
okay. How many times can I fall down here?
This is the one where... this one did take a while because the goal... Well, not the goal right, but the goal is right down at the bottom of this chamber. And there's also a momentum switch that, again, it's a tiny platform in the middle of the acid one player has to go into.
I so just wanted to push you off the edge.
Yeah. Just slowly push my character model off the edge. Then again, I would do the same thing to you, and it will be a constant back and forth revenge thing until we actually say, okay, that's enough.
Mm-hmm.
What would happen if you pulled that antenna out of my back there? Would I explode?
Maybe you would stop receiving messages from GLaDOS.
Maybe. Develop my own personality. Well, these camera robots do have their unique personality. They're like Pixar if you think about it. In a way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I even made the Mike Wazowski comparison with my character.
I'm not sure who mine be. Somebody tall and leggy.
And with one eye.
Oh, like the Cyclops.
Fuck.
Um,
And
you're
you're perfect.
supposed to land on the platform, dear.
But now you're stuck.
I'm not stuck.
There we go.
See?
You gotta love that tradition. 2 people fall down, only 1 survives.
And for once, I did not die.
Alright, this is where you started to feel good about yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, for all like 5 seconds.
Thinking, Mr. Simpson here is not the smart arse he says he is.
Okay, you ready? Release the bridge.
There we go. 1's out.
Now, how are you gonna come over?
I think it's exactly the same thing, except we just swap portal locations. Because you have a good view of that one there, but I just have to align myself just right. There we go.
Congratulations.
Whee!
Your ability to complete this test proves the humans wrong. They described it as impossible, deadly, cruel, and one test subject even
And my
called
body is
it
clipping through the camera.
Of course, the humans only had one try at it. You can just keep trying.
Which
And-
is a good thing.
Yeah. Doesn't that lead to insanity, GLaDOS? We're doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
For this next test,
Certainly the definition of insanity.
requested helmets to avoid brain injuries.
Vaz, where did you get here? From Far Cry 3.
Making the goo deadly was more
But we're not doing the
cost-effective.
same thing over and over. We're doing different things over and over.
Aye, but the same concept.
Same concept, but different actions. So
Ah, I remember this one. This one took a lot, but it was also a hilarious one where I think you had a brain fire.
I think I'm well done. I had quite a lot of them during this.
Well, it's because, again, you were nervous during recording, I think, and then you just didn't know how to... Because, again, you'd never beaten co-op, but then again, neither did I. So this was all...
I think you're just making excuses for me being pretty bad.
No, not at all.
You are, though.
No.
I got there eventually.
Aye, you will get there.
But I just could not.
Having trouble there?
The alignment's wrong. We're misaligned.
It's like, how do you portal?
More. Okay, I'm not going to make that joke, never mind.
I think that was the goal, actually. You have to use the momentum and then use the hard light surface to create a bridge to get to the other side.
But of course you have to get through the portal first.
Yes. I like how it just clipped through that uneven structure there, because you were right at the top of the roof. And
And just like, put your portal here.
no, I don't think this has been telling you to put a portal. I think this has been telling you where to go down, because the door is below us. Your bridge is a little bit too high. A little too high, because even if you do that, you're gonna miss the jump,
Yeah.
like I did. Now I have to go all the way back just to get back to where I wanted to be. I don't know if it's you, Lauren, but when it comes to platformers, I don't like it when it's in first-person view.
I tend to prefer the first person view.
I prefer third-person platforming, because that way you can at least see where you're going to land.
I suppose it depends what the game is.
And thank you for abandoning me.
Oops. I didn't realise there was one of the grids there.
Yeah.
Did that sound convincing?
That was me explaining taking my rage out on you.
Yeah, you weren't convinced.
Like I was saying, don't you ever do that again. Yay.
You always seem to win these ones.
Maybe it's because I'm the host. Host advantage.
Yeah,
See,
then-
how does it feel?
And no, I don't care.
You're so cruel.
Hey, look at you. Laser cube.
Oh, come on, that was one time.
Right. Right, this one we have to get to the top of the left side here. But the problem is that once we go land in a new area, there's going to be an anticipation grid, which will then disable your portals. So we have to go through these one at a time. Yeah, because you can't put portals in every single wall, folks. You can only put them on hard white surfaces like these.
And if you haven't realised that by now, and this is episode 3,
Well, first of all, welcome.
second of all, where have you been? This is Andrew telling me what to do again.
Yes. You would think that with split screen we wouldn't need the ping tool because you thought we would know the portal locations, but it doesn't help. It doesn't hurt to help out the other who's struggling.
At least that's Andrew's excuse for telling me what to do.
Okay, well, compared to someone who's raging at you all the time.
True. That was a great improvement.
Portals. Do you love them?
I get there eventually. Just a bit slow.
Can you imagine how life would be better if portals actually existed? Like if you were late for work, for example.
But then it would throw all your timing off. So that as it stands at the moment, if you say you leave 20 minutes before your work starts to get to working time, then you would leave like 2 minutes before your work starts to get to working time, and if you were late, you'd still be late.
Well-
There wouldn't be any extra built-in time. It would just sort of the lateness would happen.
Well, plus with if the portals existed, they wouldn't need for public transport. So, say if I was to head down to say Morrison's to pick up groceries, I would just put a portal in one of the say the living room wall, and then just go all the way to Morrison's, put another portal, get my shopping through the portal,
To try
done.
and make this course
But
more
then people
exciting,
would know where
I
you
asked
lived.
for reassembly.
Unless I close the portal in
Reassemble
as
you.
I go through.
You
True.
refused. I understand. That would be like asking Nina to test.
I think teleports would be more fun.
Well-
I got your head. I got
Well,
your
I think the
head.
problem with teleportation is that you probably need to at least see where you're going to teleport.
Yeah, but my robot doesn't like that idea. No, you could be like Star Trek with landing pads and stuff.
Right, as we go into the next area, we'll see you in the next part, folks.